Are you ready to do some counting? I bet you are. Let's see if we can count together with our fingers. Are you ready? We're going to count to 10, starting with our thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 fingers. On one hand, we have 5, and on the other hand, we have 5. 5 and 5 together make 10. We've been working a lot on this number, which is the number 5. So this activity is dealing with the number 5, and I added in one more. It goes to number 6. And it has something to do with some jars. So I'm going to show you this. Can you see this jar? And what's in it? If you're not sure, they are caramel candies. I love caramel candies. So I have this for you just to give you an idea of what we're doing. Now, your jars aren't real jars unless you can find some jars at your house and put things in them and take a picture. You could totally do that. You might have some of these kind of jars at your house. That would be awesome. If you don't have jars at your house, then you can use these paper jars. And what you can do is you can cut them out, and then you can draw inside each jar the number that it says on the top of the jar. But let's go back to my jars here. So, I have these caramels. How many do you think are in there? Take a good look. Let's count them. Okay, I'm going to turn it down. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, and when I count, I like to put them in a row because it's easier to count. 3, 4. So I have 4 caramels. So I could put this back in the jar, and maybe what I could do is I could take a piece of tape and I could put it on the jar like this, and then I would have to write a number 4. And I already have my thing for number 4. Let's look at another jar here. Ooh, I hope you're not frightened by these. Ooh, look at these creepy crawly things. Ooh, these are some bugs. How many bugs do you think are in there? Don't have a guess? Well, let's count them, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, they're tricky to get out. 3, 4, 5. So how many bugs did we have? Let's take a look again. Down here so we can see them. Remember, the last number you count is how many you have. So let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right, so we have 5 bugs. Let's stick those bugs back in the jar. Let's shove them back in there. So, what number would I write on this jar? There's 5 bugs in here. What number do I write? You're right, number 5. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to make a 5. So you will need 6 jars if you are going to do it that way, because you need something for number 1, something for number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. If you do it that way, when you're finished, you could line them all up in order and then take a picture and send it to me. I would love to see what you were putting in those jars. And don't put anything gross or scary in there, okay? Now, if you just have the paper ones, that's fine too. So I'm gonna cut out one of the paper jars. Now with the paper jars, they already have the numbers on them. So you have to find something or draw something with the number, this one is the number 1. Now, if I had stickers, I could use stickers on here, or I can draw something. I'm gonna draw something. Are you ready? I'm not gonna show you. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay. One spider. So I have one spider in my jar. Let's try one more jar. I'm gonna cut one more jar and I'll see if you know what number is on this jar. What number is on top of that jar? You're right, number 4. So what should I put in this jar? If you have stamps, that's another thing that you could use. Some people like to stamp things. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Now they could be spooky Halloween things, but they don't have to be. They could be anything. So I'm going to draw 4 of something. I'm using red, my favorite color. And you often see these at Valentine's Day. Do you know what they are? 4 hearts. So I would like you to finish off the jars from 1 to 6 using either actual jars or any see-through container or the paper jars. And remember, if you use the paper jars, you can use markers, you can use stickers, you can use stamps. You could cut things out of maybe even a grocery flyer. Let's see what you can do.